everybody to the workshop session, Carter County School Board. It's August 8th, 2019. And we're gonna start off the agenda already by skipping a little bit. We're gonna skip to item number 2, ballot health. So we're ready to discuss that one.
Thank you so much. I'm Debbie Boyles. I'm the corporate director for Ballot Health and oversee the school-based telehealth program. Thanks. So, I know we've got the school-based telehealth program that you guys are working on right now that is overseen by EMD. We submitted a MOU to the school board. It got originally approved, and then we had to go in and make some minor wordsmithing changes due to some other school boards that we were working with, just from a clarification purposes. So there were three area sections in the original MOU that we made changes to. The first one was section 2.3C. And what we were trying to do from this standpoint is clarify that Bristol, or the BRMMC doesn't manufacture the technology. We are leasing it from EMD, and so we cannot warranty, be responsible for product liability, but we will maintain it, and we will be responsible to support and maintain it. But if there's some type of issue with the technology, all we can do is try to fix it and go on. So there was just some clarification on that.
Could you spell out the acronyms for us, please?
Yeah, oh, sorry. BRMMC stands for Blue Ridge Medical Management Corporation. So, and that is a DBA, doing business as Nicewonger Virtual Health. So it's all part of the Nicewonger, but it's the medical group that's actually providing the medical services to the students and faculty. Okay, sorry about that. So that was a clarification on that one. The second change was in 6.2, and this has to do with indemnification by the district. And we changed the language a little bit to address that the district is only, address indemnity by the district is only to the extent permitted by the state of law, and there may not be any there based on the state of Tennessee indemnification rules. And then 6.2 is to clarify that the district personnel, i.e. the school nurses, will be indemnified by us while we are, while they're assisting in the medical services. So we will cover anything that were to happen from any issues arising while they're under our direction by our nurse practitioner or one of our providers. So those were the three major changes. They weren't major, it was just some clarification that we wanted to bring about. And because that, we needed to bring it back before you guys and have you look at that and be able to ask any questions to vote on the revised MOU.
John, do you have any comments?
No, I looked over the changes very carefully. They, from our standpoint, were fairly insignificant. In fact, I noticed a couple of changes that I felt probably were more to our advantage than to Blue Ridge's, and my concern was there were enough changes there that I felt like we needed to approve the contract as it now exists, because there are a number of changes, and you all approved it by vote of the board before. I think any change has to be done by the board by vote. So when you decide to approve it, that needs to be done at the board meeting next week.
Okay. Sonia, do you have any comments?
No, when we received the revision, Amanda and I both laid out both the original and the revision, and tried to go through word by word to make sure that there weren't any changes. And then when we did find the changes, of course, we brought those to Dr. Ward's attention. He brought it to John Banks.
Okay.
So.
Any board members? Comments? Thank you. We'll be voting on this next week.
Thank you. Appreciate your time this evening. All right.
Mr. Taylor, I'm gonna go down Brad if you want to leave. Okay. Mickey?
This is, Dr. Boone had asked about this, the last, I think it was the last board workshop a couple of months ago. It's dealing with, just get one, just pass it down. Anything up? These are the, handouts that our shop teachers use, or to start using when the public brings something in to be done at one of our centers. You can see it has the customer's name, address, what program it is, description of the work to be performed, and importantly, the total price, whether it was paid by check, cash, or money order, and then that's to be sent to the office. This will do two things. One, it'll allow us to be able to go back and look at what work has been performed, and more importantly, it is another layer of accountability for any transactions that's made as far as payment goes. So we would have a record here, and it should match up with everything that's done at the school with deposits.
Will they be one of these at the school?
Yes, the teachers were given those Tuesday at our in-service here at the office. So everyone has those, and those are to be sent in to here at the office after each project is done at the CHOP classes. Now, if you all see anything that needs to be added, we can do an addendum or change it up, but what have you. But it's another layer of accountability, if you will.
It has a cash block here, so we would accept cash.
We do accept cash. We don't like to, and I'll give you a situation like in the meat processing, greenhouses, when people come in to buy plants and that sort of thing, you know, you may have something that costs literally 50 cents. That somebody might like a pack of cucumbers or a fourth pack of cucumbers, and they'll, you know, just pay cash. It's not something we want to do. We'd like to get away from, but I don't know if we can get away from it entirely. I did speak with Mr. Burke about helping us develop and secure up policy regarding transitions with those sort of things this week, and he's going to get with me and help develop a policy that's above and beyond what the teachers are required to do with in regards to those transactions. Greenhouses, it just occurs in the spring, but you know it's a lot of small purchases. So we may look at going to a cash register system or something along that way to have a tape to match any deposits that's been made.
With all this money, will it stay at the schools like it does now?
Yes, all that stays within their departments. And I will say, let me make this note, we don't charge for profit. We only, the teachers only require the customer or the public to pay for the supplies that are used, and that generally people make a donation to their program, and then that's deposited into their school accounts.
Anybody else have any comments, questions?
But if this is acceptable to everyone, this is the one we'll use. If it needs to be changed, we can do an addendum on that.
Mr. Taylor, while you're up, I think it was on your agenda, you had mentioned, you know, the safety money that we've got plus the carryover, and that we'll be getting together and pulling up.
Yes, we did get $118,050 for our safety grant money for this 1920 school year, and then we've got approximately $32,000 carryover money from the previous year that we didn't utilize. They allowed us to carry it over, And part of that money will be used to purchase the safes that we talked about last year. And the reason we hadn't, already got those safes, we were looking for something that fit without being so obvious, and we, Officer Carlock found a safe that's actually made for SROs in schools. And, we've got a bid, we've got a sole source letter from them, and as soon as, the carryover money's recognized in E-Plan, we'll be making that purchase.
And, of course, a piece of this money is monies that's used for after school.
Yes, Ms. Miller, Dr. Ward, from that $818,000 will, a portion of that will be utilized for after school to pay for SROs, since they're not covered during the day after, when school's out. So, she'll get a portion of that SROs at, how many schools? 12 schools.
And one more thing that Mr. Taylor and I talked about, and we won't get into specifics or details, but we'll look at using some of this money to do some things here at the office. We need to look at this building.
We've had some problems lately with, we've had some problems lately. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. McLean.
Give you a little update on the Carter County Online Academy. I just checked before I walked in here, we have 168 applications, which is good news to hear. A couple of other things, applications are coming in every day. We had 6 new apply today. This is kindergarten through 12th grade. Roughly 12 of the current applicants are current students. The others are from homeschool, TOPS, Tennessee Online, and several different areas. Now, a couple of things that I want to ask. We did purchase 100 Chromebooks for the first 100 that signed up, but now we have an additional 60 some odd people that have signed up for this program. Do we want to look at providing Chromebooks for that group of people? And my personal opinion is, I think we should put everybody back on the same page and go from there. A couple of other things. When we originally approved the OdysseyWare contract, we only approved it for right at 100 students. We will need to revisit that if we plan on taking the additional students, revisit that and make that a larger number to accommodate that number of students. And that'll be something we'll bring up at the board meeting if we're okay with that, to reapprove that contract. Any questions on that?
How much do the Chromebooks cost?
$185 roughly. If I check today, it may be $187. If I check the next day, it may be $184, but it'll be around $185, $186. Thank you, by the way, for getting those over here today. Any questions about the online? The rough start date is August the 19th. We are having a parent meeting Monday, August the 12th at 6:30 at Hampton Elementary. And I don't see any of the secretaries in here, but they will tell you that they have taken phone calls. Well, Amanda's there. That's all they've done is taken phone calls about the Carter County Online. So anybody, you guys are invited, ladies, anybody wants to attend the parent meeting, meeting at 6:30. The people from OdysseyWare will be there, and there'll be a lot of questions and answers that we have from parents. Any questions about that?
I have one question on the 168 apps. Are all 168 of them asking for a Chromebook, or?
Well, no, I won't say that, but I will say that I have gotten several emails of those that applied after the first 100 requesting that they be provided a Chromebook. Now, I'm not gonna say all of them. But a lot of them, that's one of the things I'm getting question after question after question. Did I sign up for the first 100? Did I get a Chromebook? Some I can say yes to, and some I can't. Yes, sir.
What will you guys have to do for that?
Zero.
We don't touch the ones for your office thing, Danny gives them out, so.
That will be, that,
no additional
Oh, that part for us is nothing.
those are sitting in my office. When I sign them out, of course, they will sign a sheet of paper, agreeing to the program and so on. And then I will hand them a Chromebook in a box. The reason is they will be using their own internet. There will be no filtering or anything with it.
How do we, you will know exactly when they're logged on or how long, what if you miss 2 weeks?
All right, here's
Can
the
you shut it
conversation.
off, is what I'm asking?
Yes, here's the conversation I had with Officer Ware. Let's say Mr. Garland signs up for Carter County Online Academy. The day I start him, August 18th, 19th, whatever that may be, I have 14 days before we start getting billed Odyssey. So every Monday, well, actually any moment, I can log in and I can see if Mr. Garland is participating, logging in, doing progress, doing work, completing what needs to happen. But also every Monday, they will send me a huge document that will basically give me red, green, blue, and yellow, I believe. I've got it in here that will show me this kid's red, this kid's blue, green, and there's different progress amounts with that. Does that answer that question? I hope. Now, as far as a couple of other things that I do want to mention, these students will be enrolled within the Carter County school system. They will be on the roster. We will most likely roster those students in the Scion Learning Center so that we have a school number. Those students will actually be able to pull out separate, be much easier to keep track of. Instead of putting 10 here, 15 there, and so on. I'm sorry.
Can I say something on the Chromebooks, though, what he explained? The Chromebooks we bought for them are separate than the ones we're sending to the schools.
Yes.
When we send them to the schools, we got another license because we manage them to where the stuff goes in, so they're actually higher and a better quality Chromebook. So what's going to the schools is about 240 something, what's
The
going
reason
on.
I ask is what's gonna be more working on when you.
No, actually, it makes ours a little easier, so.
I have a question. What provision do we have? Somebody signs up for the program and get a Chromebook, and 2 weeks or 2 months later, they decide to drop out.
How
do we get our
I'm
Chromebook
gonna
back?
put in that sheet of paper, basically, they have to at least be in that program through the semester. That way we will ensure that we get the BEP funding, we would not be out any money. That answers the question.
I think your question basically was, how do we get it back after the fact when they quit?
Chromebook.
Yeah, the Chromebook.
If they decide to quit.
If they decide to quit and
How do we
not factor
And
it.
I
Who's
would
the
request
real-
they get them back, and I would guess, where's Mr. Carlock at? Yes, me and him being a vehicle.
Well, I'm not gonna say you're right, this may be one of those things.
And it could be, and I'll be honest with you, that's one of the things we're gonna talk about, and I do sign them out to the parents. Making sure that they understand, there is a cost involved with this as well.
What if they damage it?
There's repercussions, I'll be honest with you.
At the end of this year, they keep the Chromebook as theirs?
Yes, absolutely.
If we enroll next year, they gonna get another?
No, not the continuing students. I would think any new enrollee or new student we would, but not the continuing students. Those Chromebooks should last several years.
Even
Again,
if they're broke or damaged,
broke.
just quit.
if they're broke, we're not held to providing them one. If they break it, then they may have to choose something else or some other device. But again, I'll be honest with you, if we sit down and have a conversation with that parent and that student, and there is a true need, I would think we would have a conversation about providing them something to use for that program, if needed.
I mean, $200 for what you get back.
Right.
It's almost.
Stupid math.